The afternoon was blazing in Lagos. Like a stubborn stove, hawkers ran between cars at Ojuelegba, shouting, "Pure water! Ice cold!" A teenage boy named Tunde grabbed a plastic can from Amaka, a fast-talking seller with a bright scarf. He twisted the cap, lifted it up to his lips, then paused. Something inside flickered like a fish scale catching the sun. He blinked. Then he turned the can upside down, and a tiny hand tapped the plastic from inside. He screamed. The can slipped and rolled across the hot road, stopping by a keke driver's tire. People gathered fast. No dulling in Lagos when drama starts. Abeg na prank? Someone asked, raising a phone, but the thing moved again. Small, beautiful, and shining like river light at sunrise. The crowd grasped. Through the clear plastic, they saw a tiny mermaid-like creature with bright eyes and a soft glowing, pressing her palm against the inside wall. Her lips moved as if she was speaking, but the water swallowed the words. Amaka crossed towards the scene with speed. "Blood of Jesus!" she shouted. Tunde's hand shook. A bus conductor shouted, "Cinema don't start." Phone came up. Videos flew online. Within minutes, the road turned into a theater. Siren wailed in the distance. "Who sell the water?" A man in office shirt demanded. Amaka pointed at the park. The label read, "Silver drop pure water, borehole certified, ultra purified." The creature blinked slowly, and the plastic can trembled like it was breathing. By the time the police van packed, the video had already crossed estates and streets. Check WhatsApp, people shouted in Surulere. Children gathered around one small phone. In Yaba, university students argued whether it was AI. In a barber shop in Mushin, someone paused the clip and whispered, "If na film, na Oscar level." Two officers approached carefully. One wore sunglasses and a serious face. "Put the can down," he said, as if talking to a bomb. Tunde obeyed. Amaka hugged the carton of unopened can like she was protecting her future. A woman selling puff-puff peeped with curiosity. The tiny creature pressed her face to the plastic again. Her hair floated like soft mousse. Her tail shimmered like fresh mackerel fish. Then Kemi, a local journalist with a bold voice and a camera that has seen many protests, walked in. "Make space," she announced. "This is public safety." She filmed everything, zooming on the label, silver drop, then on the strange bin. "Where is the factory?" she asked Amaka. "Osho the Express, near that big billboard," Amaka said, eyes wide. The creature looked at Kemi and tapped gently. Kemi shivered. She is trying to say something. She's not a monster. Then one officer said, "Call NAFDAC now." The water in the can gleamed. Somewhere in that hot noise, a secret was waking up. At Iyatiwa's canteen, beside the main road, the generator hummed, a pot of jollof rice in the fire. Iyatiwa, known for strong opinions and stronger pepper, was watching Kemi's live stream. "A mermaid in pure water can," she scoffed. "In my mother's time, river spirits stayed in river. Now they are in nylon and plastic. Lagos has gone." But when the camera zoomed close, even Iyatiwa grew quiet. The creature looked tired. Her glowing dimmed. A little girl from a nearby table whispered, "Auntie, she is crying." Iyatiwa turned the volume up. "If this is true," she said slowly, "someone is fetching water from where they should not." Two men argued in front of the counter. "A spiritual attack," one insisted. "This is simple science," the other replied. "Contamination and river organism." Iyatiwe raised a wooden spoon. "Both of you, eat rice and hush. The real question is, what did Silver Drop put in that can?" Kemi's voice came through the speaker. "NAFDAC officials are on the way. Silver Drop claims they use a purified borehole, but sources say tanker truck move in the night." The camera shook as she hurried after the police. Iyatiwa's eyes narrowed. "Night tanker? To where?" She wiped her hands, covered the pulse, and told her assistant, "Hold this place. If wickedness is boiling, I want to see the steam." At the police outpost, the can sat on a metal table. The creature's glow flickered like a bad bulb. Dr. Musa, a NAFDAC scientist with kind eyes, arrived with two colleagues. No one should open it, he warned. Not yet. He switched on the small hydrophone and gently touched the plastic. The room went soft like a church before prayer. A tiny melody, something like singing and crying, filled the air. The creature pressed her palm to the wall of the can. A wave of coolness moved through the room. Tunde stopped shaking. Amaka's fear loosened. Kemi wiped a tear she didn't expect. She is asking to go home, Dr. Musa whispered. Not in words, in feelings. Home where? The officer asked. Dr. Musa pointed on the map pinned to the wall. His finger traced the lagoon, then slides to Makoko, the river, not a borehole, he said. If this being entered the can, it must have been filled from river water, and if a factory claims borehole only, that's fraud and danger. Kemi filmed the map. The comment section exploded. Expose them. Save the small fish girl. Lagos, gather here. The creature looked at Kemi again, eyes bright with a kind of hope. Kemi leaned close. We will take you back, she whispered. But first, we need to show the truth. The creature blinked slow, like a nod. Kemi moved like a cat at midnight, her camera striped, her sneakers quiet. Jide, an Okada rider with courage and top-notch confidence, joined her. Anti-journalist, I sabi all the shortcuts, he promised. They hid near Silver Drop Gate, a tall fence with a banner that said, Ultra purified borehole, clean for every family. Lie, Kemi muttered. At 1:30 a.m., a tanker coughed to life. It rolled out slowly. No horn, no noise, just heavy shadows. Jide's eyes shone. Now, they followed from a distance along Inner Road, beneath sleepy bridges, past the moon-dusted roof of Ebute Metta. The tanker turned at the dark waterway. The headlights went off and the hose thrown into the river. Kemi filmed the hose dipping into the black water. A ripple carried away like a secret running from its own. She zoomed. On the river surface, a glow flickered, gentle, sad. Jide swallowed. Auntie, this river gets eyes. They crouched as a guard, yawned and snatched. A second tanker arrived. The pump grabbed. The water flowed. Kemi's hands were steady, but her heart ran hard. She whispered to her camera, Viewers, this is the moment. Silver Drop is not using a borehole. They are taking untreated river water. And here is a little mermaid child calling for home. A soft wave kissed the shore from the dark, a tickling sound like share. Kemi felt something move past her ankle. Cool, clean, we see you, she breathed. We won't stop. Morning brought noise like a market drum. Silver Drop's compound glittered with fresh paint and rented flour. Chief Agbaje, the factory owner, wore a spotless agbada and a smile that didn't reach his eyes. Cameras flashed as he declared, We respect standards. Our water is from a certified borehole. Any rumor is a plot by enemies. Kemi stepped forward. Sir, can we see the borehole? The smile flickered. Later, he said, We are busy. Dr. Musa arrived with papers. NAFDAC inspection now. The gate man looked at Chief. Chief adjusted his cap and nodded stiffly. They entered. Inside, machines hummed. Pipe shined, but behind the polished corridor, a door stood, locked with a flimsy padlock. Open, Dr. Musa said. A foreman fumbled keys. Inside was a storage room with empty tanks, stains on the floor, and a clipboard listing tanker drivers at the odd hour. Kemi zoomed in. Another door led to the pump room with a borehole sign, except the pipe was dry and dusty. Chief raised his voice. This is misinterpretation, but his eyes darted like trapped fish. The officers exchanged looks. The small mermaid's face flashed in Kemi's head. Hold on, she whispered to the mermaid. We are close. Back at Iyatiwa's canteen, the city's mouth was moving. Mechanics, bankers, hairdressers, everyone had a theory. Mermaid will cause the city, one man warned. No, an old woman countered him. Mermaids are guardians. Humans are the ones causing themselves with greed. A group of youths argued near the pepper goat meat pot. It's all spiritual, said the first. Bro, it's corporate wickedness, said the second. Two things can be true, said the third, scooping extra stew when Iyatiwa wasn't looking. In the corner, Mama Ronke, a makoko fish seller with salt in her voice and river in her eyes, told a quiet story. When my grandmother was small, she began. They spoke of river children, not demons, not angels, but keepers of balance. When water is pure, they sing. When water is stolen, they cry. The canteen fell silent. Kemi arrived, dusty and tired. She played her midnight video. The hose, the river, the pump, the tanker. Gaps filled the room. Iyatiwa put a hand on her pot like it was her heart. So their borehole is the lagoon, she said. And that small river child was trapped in their lie? Mama Ronke nodded. Return her, she said softly, or Lagos will drink sorrow. Outside, the sky turned the color of warning. Lagos wind lifted dust like a whisper threat. Kemi looked at the crowd. Tonight, she said, we take her home and show the world everything. They met at dusk behind the police outpost. Kemi with her camera, Dr. Musa with a small oxygenator, Tunde, who refused to leave the mermaid he found, Amaka, who felt guilty even though she did nothing wrong, and Officer Bode, a calm man with steady hand. The can sat in a paddle box, striped gently. Her glow is fading, Dr. Musa said, adjusting the oxygen stone that made tiny bubble. The little being opened her eyes and stared at Tunde. He smiled shakingly. We are taking you home, he whispered. A small crowd followed at a distance. Lagos doesn't ignore mystery. Jide starts his Okada as he escort. He grinds. Officer Bode signed. Fine, but no stunts. They moved towards Makoko under a sky that hid its breath. Kemi live streamed, explaining each step, refusing to let the truth hide again. Comments ran like water. God bless you. This is history. Silver Drop must answer. Near the jetty, Baba Ishola, a boatman with all like tree roots, waited. River is watching, he said. They climbed in. The city's noise softened. Children waved. A tiny mist rose as if the river exhaled. The mermaid sailed in the calm. The glow returned slightly. A small lamp finding its oil. She knew we are close, Kemi whispered. Tunde wiped his eyes with the back of his hand. Lagos night gathered around them, not hostile, just serious. They reached a quiet bend where the water turned dark and deep. Baba Ishola lowered the anchor with a respectful nod. This is not ordinary place, he said softly. This is the gate where old song turned to current. Dr. Musa checked readings, salinity, temperature. This matches her habitat. He looked at the can. The mermaid's eyes were bright now, like morning after rain. Ready? He asked. Everyone nodded, hearts loud in their chests. Officer Bode held the lead. Kemi held the camera. Tunde held his breath. Dr. Musa cracked the seal with care. The plastic cap loosened with a hiss, and a thin scent of clean water drifted out, fresh as new yam season. The mermaid lifted her face, tiny bubbles raising like laughter. Tunde whispered, go home. They tilted the can. The little bean slipped into the river like a note returning to its song. The water glowed in soft ring. For a second, a large shadow moved beneath, protective, welcoming. The mermaid surfaced once, placed her palm on the boat's edge, and looked straight at Kemi's lens. A wave of calm flowed over them. Then she dived. The glow trailed after her like a necklace of light, then vanished into the deep. The river went still. A gentle breeze brushed their face like a blessing. Baba Ishola smiled. Balance, he murmured. She is where she belongs. They were rolling back when a speedboat roused from the shadow. Three men in dark shirts and fake baldness blocked their path. Bring the fish girl, the leader shouted. Our Oga wants her. We fit make money. Kemi stood. She has gone home, she said. The man laughed without humor. Then bring the video. Hand over everything. He waved the metal rod. Tunde moved closer to Kemi like a small guard dog. Amaka clutched the empty can. Officer Bode's eyes cooled. Gentlemen, if you touch that camera, you will drink this river with your lungs. The leader sneered and stepped into their boat. The plank groaned. Baba Ishola lifted an R with the ease of old experience. My river does not like noise, he said and swung. The oar met the rod with a crack. The tug stumbled. Jide, who had followed in a smaller canoe, whooped and rammed their speedboat's side. It skittered. Surprised, Dr. Musa grabbed the rod, tossed it overboard. The river swallowed it with a satisfied gulp. The leader cursed, slipped, and almost fell in. The water bubbled once, warning him like a patient elder. He froze. Let's go, he hissed. They fled, trailing shame. The boat rocked gently back to quiet. Kemi checked her camera, still recording. Tunde exhaled a laugh. Lagos has action film every day, he said. Officer Bode tried not to smile. Next time, let police do police, he muttered, but his eyes were proud. By morning, Kemi's video hit every phone like sunrise. The midnight tanker, the hose in the river, the factory lie, the rescue at the gate, everything stitched into one clean trend. She tilted it. The little mermaid, the river, and the big lie. The comments were words. Arrest them. NAFDAC over to you. Protect your water. At Silver Drops Gate, workers stood awkwardly as inspectors sealed doors with red tape. Dr. Musa, now in full official mode, explained to the press this factory claimed borehole purification. Evidence shows untreated river sourcing. This is illegal and dangerous. We are shutting it down. Pending persecution. Someone asked, what about the creature? Dr. Musa paused. Let's say the river wanted its child back, he said gently. The reporters went quiet, then nodded. Lagos understands when science and story hold hands. Chief Agbaje tried one last performance. I am a businessman, not a fisherman, he cried. My borehole is. Then a journalist held a dusty pipe photo. Decor, she finished. The crowd hissed. Two officers guided Chief into a waiting vehicle. His agbada suddenly too heavy. Amaka stood at the back, tears and relief missing on her face. I didn't know, she kept saying. Tunde patted her arm. We know. Kemi looked at her camera and thought of the mermaid's eyes. We did it, she whispered, but the work is not over. The case moved fast because the city was boiling. In court, the prosecutor laid out a simple story: fake borehole, river theft, public danger, charts and logs, videos and witness. The judge listened, fingers stippled like bridge. Chief's lawyer tried to dance. No one died. The water looked clean. The judge raised an eyebrow. Poison can smile, she said, and truth can be small, like a mermaid in a can. The courtroom rustled. Outside, at the lagoon's edge, fishermen poured libation. Forgive our greed, one murmured to the river. A ripple answered like a nod. A school of tiny silver fish swelled near the surface in a shape that looked almost like a hand waving. Back in court, the verdict came. Fines, license revoked, assets seized. For community health check, the judge added a line that made the city proud. Water belongs to life, not to lie. The courtroom breathed out together. Kemi sent one last message to her followers that day. Justice is not a miracle, it is work. Thank you for watching, sharing, and pushing. In Makoko, the river signs with evening lights, and everywhere below, a small glow traced a happy circle. NAFDAC opened mobile testing booths across Lagos. People brought sachets and cans from different brands. Some passed, some failed. Truth looked like a queue and smelled like chlorine. Iyatiwa put a sign outside her canteen. We boil our water. We fear no test. Customers laughed and ordered extra meat. Dr. Musa trained volunteers and asked the people to read labels and test water. Trust is good. Verification is better. Community group translated advice into Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Pidgin. Churches and mosques told their members, honor God by honoring health. A small choir even wrote a playful song. No be every label be true to. Amaka switched suppliers and posted the certification openly. If you want to see, ask, she told customers. Her voice no longer shook. Tunde became a water inspector junior in his area, teasing adults kindly. Uncle, this your water get passport? They laughed. then listened. Kemi's channel grew, but she kept her voice steady. This is not fame, she said into Lens one evening. This is duty. In the comments, someone wrote, the mermaid started it. We will finish it with clean water. Kemi smiled at the screen. Tunde felt a cool touch on his palm, like a tiny hand greeting him. He looked at the lagoon and whispered, thank you. Baba Ishola rode to the gate with a small basket of flowers and a white cloth. He placed them on the water and spoke like a grandson, greeting a beloved grandmother. We have returned what we borrowed. Help us keep sense. The flowers drifted, then spun in a neat circle before spreading into the bright path. Even science would call it current, but story called it blessing. On the pedestrian bridge, Kemi stood with her camera off, just looking. She didn't need footage, she needed memory beside her. A pair of children tossed paper boats into the water. For a heartbeat, a small glow nudged one boat and sent it further, safer. The kids squirmed. Kemi felt her eyes burn sweetly. We see you, she whispered to the water, and we will try to be worth the sight. Lagos returns to its usual noise, but something has shifted. In canteen and classroom, on buses and balconies, people said new sentence. Where is your borehole? Show me your test. Water is not a joke. Even gossip took a wiser shape. The city did not become perfect. Lagos didn't do neat ending, but it became more awake. Kemi uploaded one last video in the series. No dramatic music, just her face and the sound of gentle rain. My people, she said, this is our folktale. A tiny mermaid found in a plastic can exposed a big lie. Humans tried to make money from the river. The river answered with truth. We helped. Now, let's keep helping. Report illegal water source. Support honest businesses. Ask for certification. Teach your children to respect water, river, tap, borehole. She smiled, small and real. If you felt something during this story, shock, anger, hope, turn it into action. Like, comment and share this with 5 people you love. And when you drink water today, say thank you to the workers who did it right, to the officers who stood firm, to the river that forgave us, and to the little mermaid who reminded Lagos that life is precious. In Makoko, the water rippled once, just enough to catch the sun. If you looked carefully, you might see a tiny glow moving happily under the surface, free at last. And if you listened, you might hear a soft laugh, like shells clicking in the rhythm, promising that as long as we keep truth, the river will keep singing. Do you think the water we drink are as pure and purified as claimed? Let me know in the comment section. My returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back. So you coming across this channel for the very first time, if you've watched till this time, hi and welcome. Don't forget to hit on subscribe button, put on bell notification so you always get notified anytime I post a new one here. Like and share this video to your friends and family. Thank you for watching Folktales by Chinelo.